Hello ladies and gents, I am Anna Diffin and welcome to Oxygen Not Included, an exploit showcase. This exploit was identified by Skunky on the official Discord, the Oxygen Not Included Discord, and it was basically identifying exactly how these steam turbines function, and essentially how it is very easy to stack a huge number, i.e. 10, steam turbines together to create a absolutely phenomenal amount of power. This actually maxes out the full heavy watt conductive wire, which is absolutely fantastic. So the way it works is that a steam turbine requires very hot, well, it's meant to require very hot steam in order to function. The steam being around about 220 degrees C, which it then takes in through the base and then expels it at the top, reducing the temperature down to around about 175 degrees C. So it's already been known that in order to reduce the pressure, what you can do is that you can limit the space here. And so you need less pressure in and then less pressure out. And then also utilising a door system such as this, using a pusher to push the steam back round and loop it round. However, what have all the systems been in the past is having a reservoir down here of magma to heat all the steam up to send it back through the system, and then hopefully being able to regenerate it a little bit as you go through. But it normally only gets through 1 or 2 steam generators before it is too cool to prevent it working. What Skunky identified is that the game, Oxygen Not Included, does not need hot steam. What it looks for is, underneath these tiles, is that it looks for a tile above 220 degrees centigrade and an input of steam. So here I do actually have the steam at high temperature, but I have the mechanised airlock here is at the 260 degrees C. So in fact, if I lower the temperature of the steam down a little bit, so let's just put 500 kilograms of steam in this area, so that should just reduce the amount of steam we have here. Just find steam in the list. So here we have very cold steam going up through the system here. In fact, let's just completely make sure. So the steam is definitely below temperature. It's down at 130 degrees C. This is though operating absolutely fine because this mechanised airlock is above the temperature. So if I actually set this, say, down to 270, so the temperature now is, it's slowly raising up, but at the moment it is actually having a little trouble. Let's mop that up. What's logging it? So here, without that temperature, this is now complaining that it's cold steam. But bump that up to a higher temperature. So then, if I bump the tile back up to a higher temperature, see the tile is now up to 300, it's taking the steam in again, and now it is functioning as it was before. So all I have here is a load of mechanised airlock doors. These are because I can actually turn these on and off to actually adjust how much power I have. And also, because if I turn it off, I can actually just reduce how much of this magma I would require, which is very useful because it just limits how much power you're actually utilising. And this would, you generally have this supplied by a volcano, or just generally pour something hot down here. So it can be any of the hot substances from the volcanoes, ideally one of the, well, magma volcanoes or one of the metal volcanoes to do that for you. Though some of the geysers will actually produce hot enough material to get this functioning. So that's how it's been done in a large scale. Interestingly enough though, this isn't the only way to exploit this mechanic. You can actually make an infinitely running system with the steam turbine, and that is by utilising neutronium, because neutronium does not cool down. So if you are able to heat it up, it will maintain a hot temperature. As you can see here, this neutronium is nice and toasty, a little bit cooler than the magma near it, and that is producing this steam engine to infinitely work. The steam is going in far too cold at 150 degrees C when it should be around about the 220, but because of this hot neutronium tile, it is working fine, no problem at all, and this will keep running basically until this runs out of steam. Literally, the steam can get deleted and it just runs out. So you need a little bit of steam just generally to be added into this system now and then. So, now having seen one of the neutronium steam generators in use, I'm sure you want to see how they're going to be built. So, what you need to do is you need to head over to a patch of neutronium and ideally some magma. So, as you can see, the neutronium is nice and chilly at absolute zero, which is to be expected. So, first up, what we need to do is to heat it up. Now, I am going to be using the debug mode, but this can easily be done by duplicant. So I'm going to show the method as such. So, first of all, is you want to get a temp shift plate and place it so that it is basically going to transfer the heat up into the neutronium. Remember, it works on the 9 tiles, the 8 tiles around the central one there. So if I place it here, you see instantly it warms up the neutronium very, very hot. So now I can actually deconstruct that, and that's all done. That tile is now very hot. As can now be seen, this tile of neutronium is very warm. That's good. That means that we're now in a perfect position to start operating on our steam turbine. So now we need to just get rid of the magma. Do this however you like. Generally, I'll cool it down. Well, I'd personally just cool it down and then get rid of it from there. But it's entirely up to yourself. How you get rid of it is up to you. So next up, what I want to do is build my actual steam location. So just like that. And now this means that I'm going to be able to push the gas down from the top round and round and round like so. So let's just quickly set up the automation. This is my standard push setup. So and then it is a buffer, a filter, a buffer, then the knot. If you just go in the automation overlay, you can see exactly how I link it up. So the AND gate goes down to there and powers the top one. The buffer one powers the next one and then goes into the filter. The filter leads into the next buffer, which goes into there and into the knot. Got 2 NOT gates for some reason, but never mind. And then here, this over here will go to an Atmos sensor, which I can then control by myself very quickly. And this is going a little bit slow, so just change all the timings down to 1 second, and we'll just speed up the pusher system of the gates there. So there we go, that will now push it all the way around for me. So now the important thing is I need some steam in this area. And this is going to take a while, because you need quite a lot of steam. It's generally a very, very high pressure of steam in order for it to function. Generally several hundred kilos of steam I've found gets the best results. So it's going to take a while to get that steam. But remember, we have all this magma. This magma can make steam very, very nicely. But of course, the steam is normally would cool down, but in this case it will not. It will maintain its temperature. In fact, you can actually use this system to generate heat, which is kind of bonkers. So I'm going to put a little bit of steam up at the top here, and then some steam at the base here. So here we have steam being led into the system, and importantly, you do actually need to connect this up to a wire grid, otherwise nothing will happen. You can see there we go. It's spooling up. The steam is well under temperature. It is only 120 degrees C. And there we go. The neutronium is not moving its temperature because it doesn't. And there we go. We have the steam going round at only 120 degrees C. It's actually coming out hotter out of the steam turbine, which is quite neat because it comes out at 175. And there we go. This will not all operate indefinitely until, as I said, if the steam gets deleted or escapes or what have you. Much like this system, both these systems are now fully operating, generating 2 kilowatts of power indefinitely. And with all the way the neutronium is scattered around, you can put them practically anywhere. So you could put another one there, another one there, put one up here, over here, over here. We've got ones up here from when I was testing before. Things are overheating because I was actually trying to generate steam and just see what was going on. And also you can place them all the way up the side of the map, so long as you get that heat to them. Now remember, it's only about, as soon as you get it up to around about 230, which is possible with the normal game, you generally have to melt something in order to do it, but for example, you can do it with the smelter. So you could overheat a smelter, get something really, really hot, say for example petrol out of it, get it very, very hot, and then utilise it to warm up the neutronium. You might lose the smelter in the process, but the power you get from this, an infinite power source, is well worth, say, a smelter or some refined metals, of which you can get from volcanoes. Which means that this is an absolutely fantastic way to exploit infinite power out of the map. So, thank you very much for Skunky for identifying exactly how these steam turbines worked. And yes, so the main thing is to just utilise a temp shift plate to transfer the heat into neutronium to get infinite power. Otherwise, you can utilise a system using mechanised airlocks and a geyser or volcano to get a lot of power into the steam turbines like so. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again some other time. Goodbye!